check, 2. Two, 3, check, 4. Two, check, 4. 2, 2. Two, 2, check, 4, 5. Check, 4, 4.
ceremony. For your safety and the comfort, please refer to the back of the program. Also, please ensure that your cell phones are silenced. Thank you. At this time, we will hear the Butler Chamber Singers sing Somewhere by Leonard Bernstein, directed by Associate Professor Chad Ingram.
Associate Professor Ingram and Butler Chamber Singers, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful gifts as we start this afternoon off. This is always a great start to a wonderful afternoon, so thank you very much. Let's give them another round of applause. I feel like this is right on the end of my nose here, so, and I think it is. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Kim Kroll, president of Butler Community College, and really excited that you're here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us to celebrate 74 years of recognition of Butler's top scholars in our honors and awards ceremony this afternoon. This ceremony began in 1948, and it's the precursor of a wonderful evening as we celebrate the college's 95th commencement exercises and the amazing successes of all of our students that are graduates of the class of 2022. So this is a lot of fun. This is one of my favorite days of the entire year. You all can be really proud that you are graduates of a college with a 95-year history of outstanding faculty, administration, staff, and a tremendous bank of community and donor supporters. It's with great gratitude when we think back to the first board of trustees and the first administrators and the first faculty of this institution who in those first years placed the foundation for the vision of excellence and student support throughout the years. And it's that foundation that this college has been built upon over the last number of years. And so we are blessed that they laid that foundation of an expectation of academic excellence throughout your career, and especially for support for our students and your successes. You all are joining a very elite group of Butler scholars with your dedication to academic excellence through the Order of Gold and Order of Purple. We are excited this afternoon to recognize your accomplishments and celebrate all of your successes. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce to you some individuals who have helped shape your educational journey. I want to introduce our deans and associate deans for you and have them stand, and let's please hold our applause until all of them are introduced. So, and they're sitting over here. So please stand as I share your name. Dean Mel Whiteside. Dean Dr. Susan Bradley. Dean Dr. Richard Nichols. Dean Julio Guerrero. Dean Heather Rinkenbaugh. Associate Dean Shannon Covert. Associate Dean Naomi Thompson. Associate Dean Dr. Troy Nordman. Associate Dean Janet Schuler, singular. And Associate Dean Dr. Donnie Featherston. Let's give them a round of applause. Please join with me now in welcoming Dave Shear to the podium. Dave is one of our Board of Trustees for the college.
Thank you. On behalf of the Butler County Community College Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to extend a welcome and a congratulation to all of you today's honorees and all the recipients and their families and friends. Man, I want to tell you, I'm in the company of the best. And you're hearing this from somebody who left a little room to make it to the top. But I am busting with joy. I love these ceremonies. My fellow board members and I joined Dr. Kroll in expressing strong confidence that you, our 2022 graduates, are well equipped with the knowledge and the skills you need to be successful at the next level. Thank you for selecting Butler Community College as your college of choice, and we wish you the best wishes in the future. Please join me now in welcoming Dr. Tom Neville, Vice President of Academics, to this podium.
Thank you. Each year we gather here for the honors and awards ceremony to acknowledge and celebrate our most successful students and many of our best educators. We are joined today by some other very important people who support our work. It is my pleasure to introduce our platform party. Please hold your applause until everyone's been recognized. Starting to my left, we have our president, Dr. Kim Kroll, trustee Dave Shear, trustee Mary Martha Good, Dr. Terry Sater, professor of philosophy and ethics and Butler Community College Education Association president, Michael Swan, our master teacher of the year and professor of mass communications, Bill Rinkenbaugh, vice president of student services, Dr. Tim Myers, chair of social sciences, professor of history, and president of the board of the Kansas Oil Museum and the Butler County Historical Society, Lindsay Fields, professor of biology, Rod Young, our foundation board president, Avery Nelson, foundation director of development and scholarships, and Bob Peterson, our professor of theater. So please give everybody a round of applause. Thank you. So now I would like to welcome Dr. Terry Sater to the podium for his part in the presentation.
Each year, the Butler Community College Education Association selects a faculty member who exemplifies teaching at its finest and awards that individual the prestigious Master Teacher. The Master Teacher is offered the opportunity to provide the keynote address at the honors ceremony. This year's Master Teacher is Mike Swan, Professor of Mass Communications. Mike Swan, an Ames, Iowa native, graduated from Iowa State University in 1979 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in journalism and mass communications. He then went on to work for newspapers in Iowa and Minnesota in positions ranging from sports editor to editor. Later, he went into education, advising student papers and yearbooks and teaching English at high schools in Iowa City, McAllen, Texas, and Belmont, Iowa. Professor Swan has earned a Master of Science degree in journalism and mass communications, also from Iowa State, and has now taught mass communications at Butler for 23 years. At Butler, Swan has been the advisor for the Grizzly magazine and also the Student Sports Media Scholarship Program. He has also served as president of Kansas Collegiate Medium. Please welcome Mike Swan to the podium.
Usually when I come up to a podium or a lectern, the students are thinking, oh no, here we go for 20 to 30 minutes of talking, but I've been told to hold this to about 10 minutes. I have some spotters in the crowd to signal me to cut it off, so don't worry, please. As was said, I've been here 23 years and have been in charge of the Grizzly magazine and sports media scholarship programs. That's been hundreds of games on the radio and stream, going to locations from Louisiana to Texas to Colorado to Nebraska to Missouri to Iowa. This includes all the football games, home and away, and all the women's and men's basketball games, home and away. Your journey and what you have learned can be a lot like how we cover a sports media event. You have to be prepared. We have to make sure we have a place at the table wherever we go, the broadcast table or the scorer's table, establishing connections for the road ahead, contacting them ahead of time, just making sure there's no surprises. We don't like surprises. This could be likened to the search for your first job after getting your diploma. You have to stay on it. We also need to publicize that there will be a broadcast so people know to listen to us. We have to have food money. Since we usually travel with the team, we need to know the departure time. Very important. Being on time should be etched in stone for you. We have what we call swan time. What that means is you get somewhere ridiculously early. Sometimes we're sitting in a parking lot and the gate's still locked and the students are like, Mr. Swan, why are we here? Other times we get there at that time and we learn that there's problems or things aren't going quite as we expected, and I say, see, that's why we're here 20 minutes ahead of time. And the listeners, they don't care about our travails before we get there. They don't want to hear that. They just want to hear the ball game. So that's what we do. So being on time is huge in our world. We need to check the equipment before we go to make sure it's working. And there has to be someone back in the control room at the radio station to take our signal, check the levels, make sure we're on the air in the stream, those kinds of things. And that is an unsung job, not really exciting all the time unless something goes wrong. And, we all need to think about who are our unsung heroes. That's probably our most valuable person, the person that hangs back here. Then, after the students talk for over 4 hours on the air, we have a taped broadcast to give them and we critique it. When we get done with the broadcast, hopefully after we've interviewed the coach, we can feel relief, satisfaction, and pride. You should feel the same way today with what you've accomplished. Sometimes things can go awry if the signal cannot get out very well, or in the old days when we had to fight for a connection. We used to have something called landlines, and we had to make sure we had a connection. Sometimes there was a little bit of a fight for that among competing radio stations, etc., but we always made sure we got in there. Sometimes we would even mark the connection with our name on it somehow. Okay, so we've got all this done. Then it's time for the students to make the long trip home. Depending on the destination, they may get back as late as 3 a.m., and then they could be in class at 8 a.m. I've seen that happen. We try to give everyone in the program who wants to do this a chance. Some need improvement, some are already pretty smooth on the air, but we try to give them what they signed up for and give them a chance to do what they want to do here. That's something that Butler's really good at, I think. We did the first TV game in the history of Butler in this gym back in 2006. One of our student broadcasters said he noticed his hand was shaking like a leaf when he sat down at the scorer's table to do that first TV broadcast. We also had a female broadcaster doing that game, and she actually went down to Robbins in downtown El Dorado and bought a new outfit for the broadcast with her limited funds. I thought that was a little over the top, but she wanted to look professional, so we took it seriously, I like to think. Also, when it was learned that we were to do this TV work, some older Butler employees thought maybe they should jump in there and do the game instead. But we emphasized, hey, this is a learning experience, and they relented. The students did a very good job and improved throughout the year. I used to brag that it never rained during a Butler football game, and that was true for years. It was kind of surprising and welcome. Well, recently we had a memorable broadcast in the rain on top of the press box in Hutchinson. They put us on top of the press box, right next to the public address speaker. Don't ask my opinion of that. But the students really came through, and we did have a good view of the state fair from up there. You could see the Ferris wheel going around at night and those kinds of things. Thank goodness for the great press box at BG Products Veteran Sports Complex. That thing is crazy good. Some of these students used their scholarships to get to the four-year school. Some did that and went on to the broadcasting profession. Some are still in it. Some went on to different careers like teaching or other fields. All right, this is all good, but we didn't always get along. One very talented student who I used to bump heads with from time to time did end up with a very successful academic career here and later at the four-year level. I thought he should go into broadcasting, but he actually ended up on the West Coast writing about professional soccer for a newspaper. When that newspaper downsized, this talented student found a job at the Detroit Free Press, covering teams from the University of Michigan as well as the Detroit Pistons and the Detroit Lions. I'm a little bit envious of him. We are not friends or anything, but when I ran into him covering a sporting event in Wichita in recent history, he gave me a bro hug, which about knocked me over, which is not too hard to do nowadays. My stories are about these students, but now this is your story, and you should be proud of your accomplishments, and you should thank those who helped you get here. You had perseverance to get to these chairs, and there will be bumps in the road like my students faced. Personally, I can remember how happy I was to receive a college diploma, but this was in the late 70s and early 80s in a very tough job market. It was frustrating. I thought I should be moving up the ladder faster. However, my stepfather, a self-made businessman who I had very little in common with, actually gave me a good word. That diploma, that piece of paper, he told me, is something no one can ever take away from you. It opened doors and let you leapfrog others. My father, who did not have a degree, found out that in engineering. That diploma and now your honors prove that you can get through difficult times. My father trained people who had degrees because he knew more than they did, and then he saw them pass him for promotions and things like that. I know that that was frustrating. Here, maybe you learned how to work in a study group even when you might not have liked everybody. You made it through lengthy study sessions possibly that may have included early morning daylight donuts runs. You got through English and math. And maybe you overcame that scariest of situations for many, giving a speech. Many of you did all this while working a job or two, or maybe finding childcare and dealing with family and transportation issues, and perhaps dealing with a challenging roommate or two. Hopefully you made some new friends along the way. Hopefully you thought about things in class you never thought about before and got to enjoy some plays, music, and athletic events and the occasional Taco Tuesday in the CAF. And maybe you found a mentor or two and a reference that you can turn to in the future. You should be proud of your accomplishments, and we should thank those who helped you get here. It's time to set your goals again and go after those goals in the future. Use what you have learned, including perseverance. As you know, there will be bumps in the road. Over the years, helping to make the Grizzly magazine and sports coverage happen, we've developed sort of a mantra back in the office when facing adversity to kind of lighten things up and to keep going. We say, we're kind of a big deal. But looking at you honor graduates, I have to say, you're kind of a big deal. Thank you very much.
Mike.
Sorry, Terry.
On behalf of Grateful College,
Thank you, Terry.
At this time, I will announce the Order of the Gold candidates. The Order of the Gold is the highest academic recognition a student receives from Butler Community College. The Order of the Gold graduates recognized today have achieved a combined 4.0 grade point average, which includes institutional and transfer hours throughout their academic careers. Will Order of the Gold students rise and come forward to receive your medallions? And after receiving your medallions, you may return to your seats. Addison Christine Whistler. Bennett R. Cottrell. Adeline Hobbs. Shanna J. Stolzatz. Lauren Ashley Hockett. Emma K. Dunn. Ashlyn Escrow. Lin Nguyen Fong Lai. Emily R. Havel. Maggie Ann Johnson. Litzy Gazelle Solano. Tegan Claire. Sabrina D. Flint. Monica Lynn Whalen. Whitney M. Wineland. Hayden Matthew Jansen. Kaylee Duncan. Phuc Lok Nguyen. Michaela Phillips. Jensen Miles Irvin. Emma Marlene Massey. Janae Marie Toddy. Gavin E. Mount. Logan Noah Pittman. Christopher Robin Junk. Taylor Downs. Sydney Duncan. Laramie D. Walford. Lloyd Johnston. At this time, I will announce the order of the purple candidates. The order of the purple graduates recognized today have achieved a combined grade point average of 3.75 or above, which includes institutional and transfer hours throughout their academic careers. Please rise by rows and come forward to receive your medallions. Again, after receiving your medallions, you may return to your seats. Amber Rose Hanson. Abigail James Gulick Drescher. Heather Detrick. Allison Yantz. Luz Yamila Penalosa. Elizabeth G. Keir. Emily Nicole Hankins. James Michael Marshall. Jessica Gusland. Cruz Alejandro Acosta. Jace Doolittle. Hannah Borai. Amara Justice Sewell. Peyton Glickman. Ellie Mae Mardell Rooney. Brooklyn Barber. Callie Bourbonnais. Brandy L. McIntyre. Jordan Diane Westlow. Hallie Reese Eubanks. Danny M. Dragon. Ryan Logan Vogel. Deanna Marie Stanley. Jimena Cielo Trujillo Hayanaiki. Kaylee Marie Coranda. Candace Marie Rail. Jaden Elizabeth Donaldson. Carter Michael Sawyer. Melissa Q. Whalen. Haley A. Clark. Hannah Elizabeth Huffman. Jesse Renee Mooney. Dick Shaw. Kaylee Bella Niche. Tracy Trin. Sarah Catherine Robbins. Natalie Nicole Avey. Hannah Johnson. Jonah David Astiano. Sydney Morrow. Mallory Lee Cowman. Ashton Conley. Sophia K. Dawson. Guadalupe Torres. Julieta Macias. Danielle Rose Breath. Hannah Schroer. Hannah Seiler. Erica Martin. Lauren Jones. Skylar Lee Rawlings. Lauren Fuchsa. Dayla Khan. Selena P. Singh. Aspen Martin. Caleb Edens. G. Desford DeCoom. Will all of the graduates please rise? It is with great pleasure that I present the 2022 Order of the Gold and Order of the Purple candidates. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Congratulations. The Huey Award was established in 1989 in memory of Gregory A. Bales of Yates Center, Kansas. Greg, who was active in journalism, music, and theater, was nicknamed Huey for his clean-cut looks and his resemblance to the leader of the musical group Huey Lewis and the News. Before his untimely death in 1989, he exemplified the highest standards of a college student. And each year, the Huey Award is given to the Order of the Purple graduate who possesses these same high standards. I am honored to announce this year's recipient of the Huey Award is Hannah Johnson.
Good afternoon. I'm Avery Nelson, Director of Development and Scholarships at the Butler Foundation, and I have Rod Young with me. He is the president of the Butler Foundation, and we have 4 scholarships to award today. The first is the Winnie Brewer Scholarship. It is awarded annually by the Butler Foundation to a student who is studying at K-State or at the University of Kansas. This scholarship is a $6,500 award, and this award goes to Carter Brewer. My program is wrong. I'm sorry, Carter Sawyer. I don't know what I was. Sorry, Carter. Somebody else got an award with whose last name is Brewer sometime in my last few days, I guess. My next award is the David and Shirley Longfellow Award. David and Shirley were longtime faculty members at Butler Community College. David taught English and Shirley taught business courses. She was the coordinator of the Future Education program for many years. They both were outstanding teachers and taught also at Emporia State University. This is a $1,000 scholarship for a student who is in the best program headed to Emporia State, and the award goes to Laramie Walford. The Crossland Construction Company and Crossland family have exemplified what it means to give back. Their expertise building athletic stadiums, evidenced by the BG Products Veterans Sports Complex, is known throughout the country. It is the Crossland's focus on education and philanthropy that make them stand out as a true leader in the communities in which their company calls home. The company encourages career advancement through education with the Crossland Academy, their in-house program that partners with regional institutions of higher education. Longtime supporters of Pittsburgh State University, the Crossland family endowed the fund that supports students who are transferring from Butler to Pitt State. This year, the $2,000 scholarship goes to Emma Dunn. Our final award today is a new one. This is the first year that we have given away the Fran Jabara Presidential Business Scholarship. Fran Jabara was a Kansas born and raised entrepreneur and businessman. He was also a World War II veteran. In 1949, Fran joined the faculty of Wichita State University, a career that spanned for more than 40 years. During that time, he was appointed as a distinguished professor and served as a dean of college and business administration for 7 years. The Center for Entrepreneurship was founded at Wichita State University in 1977 because of Fran's vision. It was internationally recognized as one of the finest and most comprehensive in the nation. Because of his success, Fran was instrumental in assisting other universities in creating their own entrepreneurship program. Fran and the Jabara family were greatly involved in Wichita nonprofits and community advocates. His achievements and awards are far too great to list. He was truly one of a kind. The Fran Jabara Presidential Business Scholarship is given this year for the very first time to a graduating sophomore who intends to study business or a business-related field at Wichita State University. It is my honor to present the very first Fran Jabara Presidential Business Scholarship for $5,000 to Hayden Jansen.
Helen Teeter Zebold Science Award was established in 1984 in memory of Mrs. Zebold. Each year, it is awarded to a graduating sophomore majoring in science, math, or engineering. The student selected must be firmly committed to continuing study in that major and earning a bachelor's degree. The recipient will receive a $500 transfer scholarship to the institution of that student's choice. It is my honor to present to you this year's winner of the Helen Teeter Zebold Science Award, Phuc Loc Wen.
The Kansas Oil Museum, home of the Butler County Historical Society, in continuing effort to promote history, has selected a recipient for its prestigious Cron Award, a fitting tribute memorizing the life of Frank H. Cron. This award is given to a young person who shares Senator Cron's fascination with history and the Kansas Oil Museum's dedication to education and learning. A graduating sophomore who has completed all the required history courses and has demonstrated high standards of civic pride and American patriotism is eligible for this award. The recipient will receive a Medal of Honor, be added to the Cron Award plaque on permanent display in the museum, a $500 scholarship, and recognition to their local newspaper and museum newsletter. The Kansas Oil Museum is honored to present this year's Cron Award to Grace Bowman. We will make sure that she gets this award.
A special feature of the Honors and Awards ceremony is recognition of faculty members who have been nominated by our honor students, by you folks. We have asked each candidate to name an instructor they feel made the biggest difference in their learning experience at Butler. So faculty members, as your names are read, please come forward. I know there are a few that are on our list that aren't here today, but if your name's read and you're here, come forward to receive your certificate from Dr. Neville, and then let's line up across the front so we can see this amazing group of instructors. And please hold your applause until all of them have received their certificates and are up here. So, alphabetical order. Janice Acow, Professor of Business Administration and Accounting. Alex Ambule, Assistant Professor, Nursing. Cherie Anthony Incampera, Professor of Behavioral Science. Leah Adkisson, Assistant Professor of Nursing. Connie Belden, Professor, Business Administration and Accounting. Bob Broyles, Professor of Biology. Robert Carlson, Professor of Chemistry and Physics. Chef Gregory Cole, Adjunct Professor, Culinary Arts and Hospitality. Beth Cunningham, Associate Professor, Business Systems Technology. Dr. Mark Diskin, Professor of Chemistry. Michael Donovan, Director of Early College Academy. Coming from the opposite direction here. Xavier Dryden, Associate Professor, English and Literature. Brett Eisenman, Associate Professor, Cybersecurity and Networking. Melissa Elliott, Professor of Biology. Christine Estes, Professor Economics. Bruce Fiskus, Associate Professor, Mathematics. Brian Foster, Associate Professor, Interactive Technologies. Taylor Frank, Associate Professor, Agriculture. Camille Freeman, Associate Professor, Mathematics. Larry Friesen, Professor, Mathematics. Jeremy Green, Associate Professor in Physics. Dr. Shelley Gutierrez, Professor in Education. Delia Hale, Adjunct Instructor, Education. Dr. Kelsey Harper, Associate Professor, Foreign Language. Chad Ingram, Associate Professor, Vocal Music. Dr. John Jenkinson, Professor of English. Cheryl Lesage, Professor of English. Zach Lindsay, Assistant Professor, Fire Science. Dr. Masako Maeda, Adjunct Instructor, English and Foreign Language. Danny Madron, Professor in Physics. Dr. William McCarthy, Associate Professor, Social Science. Jared McGinley, Professor, Marketing and Entrepreneurship. Dr. Jeff Meyer, Professor in Biology. Dr. Ruth Meyer, Professor in Mathematics. Jonathan Penley, Professor of Physics. Bob Peterson, Professor of Theater and Speech. Daryl Runyon, Associate Professor, Interactive 3D, Digital Media and Web Development. Matt Sanders, Associate Professor, Fitness and Wellness. Lisa Schmidt, Professor, Business Systems Technology. John Simpson, Associate Professor, Interactive Technologies. Mitchell Taylor, Professor of Nursing. Corey Tubner, Professor of English. Rhonda Thomas, Associate Professor, Business and Accounting. Teresa Thompson, Professor, Early Childhood Education. Matt Udland, Professor of Vocal Music. Christy Zeman, Associate Professor of Biology. Let's give these amazing instructors and difference makers a round of applause. Congratulations, faculty, every one of you. You're amazing. I want purple hair like that.
First, we'd like to thank our sign language interpreters, Emily Friend and Carrie Biggs, and to the Phi Theta Kappa student ushers. Thank you all. Commencement will take place at the BG Products Veteran Sports Complex at 7 p.m. this evening. We ask that visitors park anywhere at the stadium except the south end of the stadium parking lot. Accessible parking is available at the stadium. You may also park here at the college and take the shuttle to the stadium. Shuttle pickup location will be outside the Hubbard Welcome Center. Gates will not open until 6 p.m. for guests and the graduates. Congratulations to all Order of the Gold and Order of the Purple recipients. This concludes our ceremony. Thank you for being here. Congratulations, graduates.